I'm sorry that of the things we have to cover, we've got to talk about ICE. And I know, it's agitating as hell to have to talk about ICE in any way, shape, or form, but we have more to discuss where they're concerned. And this is an older article, but by older, I mean it was posted in February, but it is still important to understand the gravity of the situation that we are in right now. And here, let's go ahead and talk about it, because you really need to be informed about this shit. And it's why I am as anti-ICE as I am, because this, I promise you, is not an isolated incident. So, the owner of a white supremacist account on X was reportedly unmasked as a Dallas area prosecutor who represents immigrations and customs enforcement in court. So one of the people who is in charge of representing ICE in court was a goddamn white supremacist. James Jim Joseph Rodden, 44, an assistant chief counsel for ICE who represents the agency in immigration hearings in the Dallas area, appears to be behind the account, which regularly shares racist and anti-immigrant takes, saying things like, America is a white nation, founded by whites. The account from Glomar Responder wrote to its 17,000 followers last month. All blacks are foreign to my people. Dumb blank, I'm just assuming dumb fucks, but it could be something else. Said a post from September. In other posts, Glomar Responder described himself as a fascist and said the freedom of association had been abolished by the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The newspaper confirmed his identity by comparing information shared by the account with federal court records and other public records, information from private data broker sites, open-sourced investigation tools, other social media profiles, and interviews and courtroom hearings. Saying things like, migrants are all criminals, he wrote in August. Nobody is proposing feeding migrants into tree shedders. Yet. That shit is terrifying. Like, but understand, please understand, right now, this is the kind of stuff that we are up against. This is the kind of stuff we're fighting. These people are not normal people. They're weird. They think that the Confederacy should still be going on. This is why I have to go to protest on Thursday. These fuckers are so dumb. Anyway, look, hey, it's ICE attorney / white Twitter supremacist, or Twitter white supremacist Glomar Responder. Let's take a look and see what he has to say. Oh, these posts are protected. Oh no, his posts are protected now. Whatever will we do? Also, every single person that's a white supremacist, why the fuck do you look like the gene pool was not kind to you? And I say that as somebody who the gene pool was not kind to. Like, I am saying this as the mirror looking at you. I am not throwing a stone from my glass house. I'm throwing the glass house at you, and I am writing the damn thing. Rodden did not respond to a request for comment. He also didn't respond to multiple requests from the Observer for comment. When journalists approached him in a public hallway outside the Dallas Immigration Court and asked if he received their interview request, he said to call his press office. But in between the racist and xenophobic posts, the Glomar Responder has regularly shared information about ICE raids and arrest warrants, suggesting its owner was someone within the agency. But I feel sorry for the non-white supremacist skinheads. Incredibly, during their investigation, the Observer's journalist watched Rodden scrolling through the X app on his phone during a court hearing. He then began drafting a post using a profile photo that resembled Glomar Responder's. A minute later, a new post appeared on Glomar Responder's profile. We're clean on OPSEC, everybody! We are clean on OPSEC! Okay, so this is the reason why whenever we talk about hacking in like the video sense, right? Or in the movie sense. It's always some nerd sitting on their computer just banging around on something, right? So I'm going to open up Notepad so I don't hit something. But it's always some nerd who is just sitting there and going, okay, I'm almost in. They've got such strong security. God, somebody's got me. I'm trying. There, we're in. Like, that's how hacking happens in the movies, right? That's how it happens in the movies. But in reality, most actual hacking, most of this shit is found because people are irresponsible with their data just out in the opening, right? There's a reason that most of the ways that people scrape your email and get information from you is not because you got hacked. It's because a phishing thing was sent to you, right? A phishing email where you went onto a phishing website where you put some information of yours in you shouldn't have, and now suddenly you are in trouble. Hell, when my channel was stolen, it was entirely on the back of me responding to a thing saying that they were going to sponsor me and they needed me to download material that I would be able to use to promote them on my channel, which is a normal thing for sponsors to do. But if you're not careful, you'll open up one of those, WinZip or WinRAR files, and it's going to be a file that is disguised as a video, but it's actually a file that operates as a screensaver, which actually gives it back-end information on your computer. Like, it's entirely an on-you thing, right? It's entirely a thing that you pressed buttons and then tumbled into. That is how most of this shit happens all the time, and that is what happened here. How did you get found out? You didn't decide to draft this stuff on a notepad document or something in the middle of the court hearing and then go home and post it from a secure location. You decided to do this stuff basically in plain sight because the phone is considered the sacred brick that nobody will ever break into. But I promise you they do, because you're an idiot. Paige says, I assumed you scanned it first. No, Paige, that's why my channel got stolen. That's how it happened. Anywho, as of Thursday, the account was still up. Its posts have been made private. The Observer, however, archived all the posts cited in this article before the account was locked. The piece's author, Stephen Monticelli, wrote on Twitter. Users on the platform reported that when they wrote, "Hey James," to Glomar Responder, they were blocked. Let's see here. What do we have here? Encourage you, what is this one? Mods. Oh, okay, we can scroll up. We identified the operator of an overtly racist Twitter account, Glomar Responder, as ICE agent Counsel James Rudden, based on an overwhelming number of biographical details. And then we've got these lovely, let's see here. They said that they archived all of them. Migrants are all criminals. Okay, America's a white nation founded by whites. We are historically a majority white population. It was founded for our benefit. Our country should favor us. I've made my choice. I don't know what this is. Okay. So I thought I was going to be able to find more stuff in this archive post, but it's just a handful of things. Anyway. Imagine being a neo-Nazi lawyer working for ICE and getting busted because you kept making posts to your anonymous Nazi account while appearing in court, while the journalists watched you and checked your feed. In his article, Montanelli wrote that an overwhelming number of biographical details linked Rodden to Glomar Responder. Records show Rodden previously lived in Pennsylvania, North Virginia, and North Carolina. He attended Penn State and Wake Forest University, as did Glomar Responder, and appears to have gotten his law license in Washington, which would allow him to represent ICE in Texas courts. He did it in court. Yeah, I know, right? Local Funds Police says, I'll sponsor you, Squimch. The video is sponsored by Twitch Chat and Politics. Agony over the internet. I'll sponsor... What? I'm confused. What is a squimch? I don't think I know that word. That's a new one for me. Let's see here. It says, I'll sponsor you. This video is sponsored by Twitch Chat and Politics. You are Squimsh, you are Squishy Goo. Oh, okay. Fair enough. At least I didn't learn a new slur today, right? It said, dude got caught hate gooning in public. Effectively. Though for any of you who are wanting to sponsor my channel and what I do, there is obviously Patreon, but as of right now, I am going to be traveling to Florida, not once, but apparently twice, for the Marcy Rankton case. Once for the first event where we are going to be showing out in support for her arraignment, and it looks like she's going to be having another court date after that where she's going to be getting a lawyer and all that other fun stuff. So it looks like I'm going to be going and doing 2 of those now. Great. Anyway, this whole situation is farked. His court appearance lines up with posts, before joining ICE, he served in the U.S. Marine Corps, where he obtained the rank of corporal and worked as a U.S. Border Patrol agent, roles that Glomar Responder has described at length. During law school, he worked for a federal public defender's office in North Carolina. His court appearance lined up with posts from Glomar Responder saying that he was in the courthouse waiting for warrants, and his physical appearance, including his suit, watch, height, and shaved head, matched the descriptions Glomar had shared about himself. Social media posts from Rodden's wife were also consistent with visual and textual clues from Glomar Responder, and in September 2023, Glomar Responder revealed that he was party to a lawsuit challenging the COVID-19 vaccine mandate for federal employees. James Joseph Rodden was the lead plaintiff in a similar 2021 class action suit, which was vacated in December. Said he interned for a public defender. Look, some of those who work forces are those who burn crosses. Reached by the Observer, an ICE spokesperson declined to comment on the article's claims, pending further investigation, to include whether the owner of the referenced account is a current employee. Notwithstanding, ICE holds its employees to the highest standards of professionalism and takes seriously all allegations of inappropriate conduct. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you work for ICE, you are actively engaged and paid to do inappropriate conduct, like the ICE agents who forced women out of their house and in their underwear in the goddamn rain. You are not holding people to a higher standard. Your standard is dog shit. Local Fun Police says, are you going to participate in Floridian culture like roundhousing alligators and twerking on moving vehicles? I hear that's a local custom. No, not really, because I grew up in Florida and I had my fill of the local customs while I was there. But I may eat some gator while I'm there. Gator's pretty tasty. It's like swamp chicken, which is also how a frog tastes, but frog isn't as good as gator. Gator's better. Anyway. So, what can we do about this? Well, obviously, continue to make fun of this guy online. Like, anytime you see this man in any public hearing or anything, remind him of who he is, and never actually let him stop. But more importantly, let this particular video be a lightning rod. Let this be something that you share with your friends, whether it's mine, whether it's the original article, whether it's the thing from Yahoo. I don't care. But, obviously, I would definitely appreciate it being mine. Share this with friends who think that, oh, there are some good people in ICE. Like, no, this is the standard that they have. Their standard is an actual white supremacist. So, of course, ICE is going to be a white supremacist organization. That's what they are going to be, period. And they have been ever since they were formed as an anti-Muslim coalition in the United States. That all said, let me know what you think in the comment section below, though what I think has already been made abundantly clear. Insert end video tagline here. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I really could not do any of this without all of you. Those of you watching, and especially those of you who support me on Patreon. I wanted to go ahead and take a minute to thank all of you who do that, because with YouTube being what it is these days, I really cannot do this full-time without the support from each and every one of you. Those people would be Red Joker, Purple Poundini, Jemshin, Britzkrieg, Jupe the Malignant, Michael, Ravalern, Mabbity Babbity, Astral Frontier, Tales of Atonement, Nixie Chan, Kiri Artemis, Victorian Alchemist, I'm not saying the last part of that, and you know that, Leela Uraraka, Arcton Arclacier, Kiratorian, Dren Hadamada, Jordan M, John L, Lord Bleck, Smiling Game Master, and Fireshard. Thank you so very much. But since you're here, why not go ahead and try watching another one? There should be one that's on the screen right now. And if you are a patron of mine, I wanted to go ahead and thank you again for all of your support. There is still a video you could press though, if you'd like. I would appreciate it just a little bit.